Did you enjoy the afternoon? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I hope that you enjoyed the afternoon with us very much. We wanted to accelerate you. We wanted to give you an idea of the research that is being done at the moment and the research that is planned in the future. Accelerators and lasers in combination are really the tool for fundamental science and for many, many applications. It's ideal for cross-sector collaboration, so it's ideal for partnership between universities, research centers, and industry. And it's really interdisciplinary. I think that's what I showed you also on the fellows examples. In addition, there's a training element. So I think we made fantastic experiences with our training programs over the last 4 years. And this symposium is just one example of this. Now, lasers and accelerators, if I say it with the feedback that I got from a primary school child last week when I talked to them about accelerators, and I brought a Van de Graaff generator along, they said they're simply awesome. So I hope that's the take-home message. One of the most awesome moments of working with accelerators is whenever a machine starts or restarts. Like 4 weeks ago when the LHC started again for the first time at a record high energy of 6.5 TeV. Now, more than 20 years ago, so before many of you were born, there was another example of a machine where it was very important to have an understanding of how it's working after the restart of that machine, and that was the LEP. So LEP is the Large Electron-Positron Collider. It's a machine that was built in the very same tunnel as the LHC at CERN, 27 kilometers circumference, but colliding electrons and positrons. Now, whenever a machine restarts, it's this magical moment where there's this special energy in the air and people gather in this place, which is the control room of the machine. So that's where all the scientists are getting together, look at their monitors, and very often there's also journalists. And then the exciting moment comes when the beam goes into the machine, and it goes for some part around the machine and even further, even further, even further, until you finally have your beam circulating. And that's where you open the bottle of champagne, or several. Now, in the case of LEP, it didn't quite work out like this. That's the measurement that was taken at the time. So you can see your beam is working smoothly on your diagnostic, and then all of a sudden something strange happens. And that signal actually means that the beam was lost at that time. So optimization of accelerators means not only building your machine, understanding your machine, but also diagnosing your beam and finding out what's wrong with your machine. So a powerful diagnostic system lets you identify where exactly that problem occurred. In this case, it was this quadrupole magnet. So what you go is you go there, you open the machine, and you have a look at what causes trouble and what causes the beam loss in this specific case. Now, in this specific case, it was kind of an unconventional beam loss, which is stretching far beyond what Marcin can measure with his detectors, because they found something in the beam tube which really didn't belong there. And that's two bottles of beer at the time. And that was 20 years ago, and it showed what kind of long-term vision Heineken has, because in a TV commercial from 1974, they put this. So I guess it was some kind of a planned sabotage. Now, the question is, I said that our 2 projects are coming to an end, OPAC and LACubeNet in 2015. What's coming next? What's coming next after the symposium? The immediate answer is physics, sun, and tapas. We are organizing a conference on accelerator optimization in Seville in Spain in October. So if you haven't made your holiday plans, travel plans yet for October, feel free to join us. Top speakers have already lined up. There will be opportunities for presentations, contributions to the conference, and for enjoying Seville. What else is on the horizon? Well, in terms of research, the next horizon is Horizon 2020. Horizon 2020 is a very large-scale research funding that is provided by Brussels through the European Commission. 70 billion euros of funding are going into research until 2020. Now, one part of Horizon 2020 is, again, the Marie Curie initial training networks, similar to the ones that OPAC and LACubeNet have been in the last 4 years. Now, just this morning, we received an email from the European Commission asking us to sign a grant agreement for another project, which is called OMA, optimization of medical accelerators, in which Katja, myself, and many others are involved. And this will be a network on the optimization of medical accelerators, and that will keep us busy for the next 4 years. The special thing about this one is for the first time since 2007 when the whole network started, and that means more than 15,000 research proposals later, it is the very first proposal to ever achieve a mark of 100%. So we're kind of proud of this, but I think it shows also to you that accelerators really are at the cutting edge of science. Now, an event like this, and I'm not trying to put this in any nice way, is a huge, huge amount of work, and I owe a lot of thanks to many, many people, and I hope I haven't forgotten anybody here. First and foremost, our fellows, because they have been working really hard over the last 4 years. They put a lot of effort into the poster session, which I hope you all enjoyed, to the steering committees of our projects, because these are really the guys who keep everything moving, who take the decisions, who decide where to go, when to do what, who decided for this symposium, and to invite you to join us, to our supervisors, partners, to the wider communities, and of course, for today, for the speakers who really put in a lot of effort into their presentation. So thanks a lot to all of these. There's a bit more. There's my own research group who has done the demonstration experiments, the Quasar group, this afternoon for you, and who's also helping with the actual organization of these things. And really instrumental for making all of this running are these guys here, my EU project team, and I'm really grateful for the fantastic support that they have been offering to us. It all ran like clockwork, and that's really down to their work. Thanks. Thanks also to Catherine for the really nice moderation during the day. And thanks to these 3 guys, my family, for giving me the time to take care of all of this over the last 4 years. Now, last week was particularly difficult for the project, not because of the organization of the event, because we started 2 years ago in planning all of this and inviting people and getting things into place. But last week, very unexpectedly, one of our OPAC supervisors, a very nice colleague and a good friend of mine, passed away. Dr. David Newton, who is also a member of the University of Liverpool and the Cockcroft Institute, and I would like to dedicate this event to him. Now, as I said, I hope you enjoyed the day. I hope you stay in touch with accelerators. There's many ways of finding out news. I hope you enjoy your further studies at university into science, and wish you a very safe trip home. Thanks so much.